Hey guys, Blow Up the Art here. Today I just want to record a bit of a shorter video talking about some of my recent purchases. I have made quite a lot. So today, if you couldn't tell from the thumbnail already, I'm going to be showing off two animatronics. And some of you may be asking, where are you filming exactly? You know, it just seems like a random alley. And to that I say, I am filming in my garage. So yes, as you can see here, I am filming in my normal location in the garage where I filmed multiple reviews last year, like all my Christmas reviews and a couple of my inflatable reviews and all that. So this will probably be a much more permanent review setup. As you can see, this isn't a backdrop. I did just buy this today actually from the Hudson's Bay company for like 50 bucks because they were closing. I guess this was just one of their backdrops for their clothing displays or whatever, but it's very nice. It's fabric, very light, nice durable metal frame. I also bought some of these really nice racks. They snap lock together and they're about say 7-ish feet tall. They're really nice. I'll probably use them for walls in the haunt or hanging posters and stuff like that, or just like dividers. So they're very nice. They snap lock together, very heavy duty. So those will be stored out in my shed, and I'll show more of that at the end of the review here. So, as you can see here, I have two very awesome animatronics to unbox today. I purchased both these off Facebook, and each of them have a very interesting story behind them. So without further ado, let's talk about Wanda here first. So Wanda here I purchased for about $220 off the marketplace. She's basically in new condition for the most part. She is used, but she still had her original stickers when I got her. She was only used indoors, and there was only some slight like dust stains on her, which I've not cleaned off yet. I will clean off for the demos that I filmed though. So she was purchased back in March, and she's been staying at my grandfather's house since, and I received both of these last weekend. So my grandfather did pick up both of these for me off of Facebook. He's done so much for the channel so far. So I will have another video out later this summer on some really awesome projects he's been working on for me. So it'll be a massive shout out video to him. But he did go out of his way to purchase both of these for me. And Wanda been sitting at his house for about a month, and he did just pick up Gourdo last week, and I did just receive him. So there was Wanda. Now up here next we have Gourdo. Now Gourdo was brand new in box when I got him. Now I did unbox both of these when I was at my cabin, and I received them last weekend, and I did film that short film if any of you watched that. I'm not super happy with how it turned out because I didn't have any microphones. But I did purchase Gourdo for $125, brand new in box. I picked him up from actually another YouTuber who I will put the link to their channel in the description. His name was Mike D, that's his YouTube name, so I hope he's fine with me saying that. But he does collect a lot of other Gemmy life sizes, and he had a couple Spirit life sizes. So I did pick it up from him, and it was great talking to him. He's an awesome channel. You should totally check him out. He has had some awesome hearses and stuff too. So big into the Halloween and Haunter community for sure. So yeah, there you have it. Here are these two. Now, like I said, these have been my two big purchases so far this year. Now I did make one other purchase that's kind of part of this haul, and it's some Christmas stuff that I'll show at the end of the video, but I just don't want to take away from these two. Now these two I have wanted since they both released. Gourdo I was really keen on getting back in 2023 when he released, because that was just when I started collecting animatronics, and he was a budget friendlier spirit prop. But unfortunately I only ever went to 2 spirits that year, and neither of them have Gourdo. So I never ended up buying him, but he is awesome. In fact, last weekend when I set him up was the first time I got to see him in person. I just love him as a prop, and I'll talk more about him after we unbox him and set him up. And Wanda here, like I said, also wanted last year when she released, but just didn't get her because she's so much. And the big reason that these two are so exciting for me and for the channel is that if anyone's been watching, you should know that I don't own a single Spirit Halloween life size. Now I own the gray jumping spider and a couple other small spirit items, but I've never owned a life size, and that's because the closest spirit to me is a 7-hour drive away. I think that's like one of the farthest you can be for a town with my populace to not have a spirit yet, and it's kind of been crazy to me. Now we have a Halloween alley, we have Costco, and we have Home Depot. I've talked a lot about this in some of the live streams I've done with Alex. It's just me always, you know, ranting about it. But I was so happy to find these two on Facebook for a good price, And like I said, my grandfather was the one who went out of his way to pick both of these items up. I am so thankful for all that he's done. And I'm glad he did that, because like I said, I would never find these on Facebook near me or anywhere, because spirits are just so far from me. So these are just awesome. I am so happy to own both of these, and I think that is more than enough talking now. So let's get into some awesome time-lapse unboxing and setups of both of these guys. So there we go. We saw both their demos there. I think they look absolutely fantastic. Just 9 out of 10 props in my opinion overall. I love both of them. But let's just start with one at a time here. Let's start with Gourdo first off. So I think Gourdo is absolutely amazing for a jump scare. Very unique. We've seen a couple things similar to him release over the years, and something about the whole design of the podium and the pumpkin and all. I just feel like a very professional pneumatic prop brought into retail, and I love that. So I think my 2 or maybe 3 downsides with him is, first off, his paint job. I am not a huge fan of it. I think a lot of videos made it look a lot better than it is. It's a very dull, very dull paint job, especially on these vines here. It just looks kind of cheap. It looks a lot better at night for sure, but I just think the paint job on the pumpkin specifically just looked a little, like I said, dull, lackluster almost. And then the other thing about the pumpkin design here is you can see the 4 screws. This is up close, of course, but you can see the 4 screws, and you can see the seam alignment around the stem, and that's a little annoying up close, but he does look great from a distance for sure. And the actual pumpkin face itself just looks awesome. It's kind of just this upper vine area. I'm not a huge fan of this vine here either. I think it looks a little weird, but I see what they're going for. Yeah, and then the podium wise, I love the creepy cloth. A lot of people don't like it. I think it adds a lot of detail. Maybe if they added a bit of paint streaks or actual fake vines, I think it'd be awesome if more props used fake vines, like for example the pop-up pumpkin patch from Party City, or I think the Wendigo came with vines too. A lot of the Party City stuff did. I think it looked great. I've seen some people put some vines and stuff around it. I might do that for the display, I'm not sure, but the creepy cloth definitely looks decent enough. It looks like moss. I actually put 2 layers on it on the demo, if you saw that, or sorry, not the demo, the unboxing. But yeah, he's a great prop. I had a bit of trouble setting him up the first time, and it was just because the poles were unaligned, and it's like you have to align the poles first, and then mine were like really bent out of shape, even though it was brand new out of box. So I don't know, something to the welding. It is sounding light. And then the final quality thing is that he does have like a spring retraction noise. As he retracts, you can kind of hear the spring clicking. I'm not sure if that's normal. It doesn't sound like it's affecting the motor drastically, but it's still a notable sound. I haven't seen any other demos or videos of him do that. So that's the reason he's not a jump scare right now. Also just easier to talk, and her audio's off. But yeah, also just a disclaimer, I didn't mention this in the previous clip, but I have set both of these up before. Now, I set them both up when I got them last weekend at my cabin, and I also filmed a short film. Not happy with how it turned out, but I still think it was good. If you guys want to watch that, feel free to. I'll probably also link it in the description. Not super happy with how my acting was. I didn't have any good equipment with me, like my mics or my tripods, so I ended up doing a first-person analog horror film, and it was meh, but it was kind of cool to do it in the wood-like scenery. So give that a watch. I spent like 20 minutes filming it. It was not a long project by any means. I spent way more time just filming this. Yeah, so that's Gourdo. Here's Wanda, like I said. Also love her, just like a 9 out of 10 prop. Now, I don't really have any quality complaints with her. I kind of knew what the quality was really going to be like when I got her, because I did see her in person once or twice last year, and I already knew that she had a cheap latex face and, you know, cheap SVI shoes, but feet. But, you know, still really happy with how quality is, like I said, because I came into it with same expectations and all that I thought she'd be. The arms, I'm very impressed with how posable they are. They are really nicely posable. These little claws are actually decently thick plastic too. And then the latex on the face it's thin. Now, this is my first latex animatronic actually, which is kind of funny because I own like 15 of them now. But the latex is, I guess it's like the thinner latex. I can't speak from person. Like I said, I don't have like a higher end latex problem. I definitely don't have any professional ones either. But you know, I'm still pretty happy with how the face looks. I love how the face looks. It's very nicely formed up here. The jaw's a bit loose down here. You can kind of see it. And the fur looks good. Like I said, she did have some stains, and I did clean them. They're kind of like crease dust stains. They're still kind of like showing back up now. Yeah, they're just like dust stains or something, particles. Because she was used, and I guess they must have left her in a dusty room or something, and the dust settled into the clothing. So it's, yeah, but never even noticed that. And then the other big quality thing is that she actually is like really reinforced around each of the bends in the legs. Like, she has the extra reinforcement, which is great, because if she didn't, she'd probably fall or bend or break. But she does have the reinforced knees, and then same down there and same here. So I think it just, quality-wise, the legs is awesome. It's pretty sturdy. I mean, rocking it back and forth here, you can see it's a little wobbly, but like front and back, very, very sturdy for sure. So yeah, that's both of them. I love them very much. Very awesome props. If you get the chance to get them, they're like a year or two old now, each of them. So if you find a chance to get them, I say totally get it. I don't think Gourdo's coming back. He wasn't back last year. Wanda might be coming back for Spirit this year. Not totally sure, but she won't be any cheaper. So find them on like Facebook, used, or even have them, and they're just great props, and I totally recommend. A bit of a final update here for the video. Like I said, I did purchase some other items along with Gourdo and Wanda, and they are in this shed. Now, I will show off those items and this shed because I just cleaned out the shed and am now using it for storage, so extra storage space. I thought I'd kind of show off what's going on in here. So, in the skeleton shed, we have, believe it or not, skeletons. Now, this clip is actually being filmed the day after the rest of them, because I was up till 11 o'clock last night filming the review. So here are all the arches and stuff that I actually got, all 7 of them. I have all the bases lined up here, and the actual arch pieces are in here behind my wooden arch I use for the display. Those are the bolts that hold it together. And here's all, I don't know, probably like roughly 20 poles or more that the arches came with, and it's just sitting in a spare power tool box my dad had laying around. Here's some more of those bases, just the 2 smaller ones, and then these skeletons. These shelves I actually used for risers for some of my inflatables because they are super wobbly, and they were stored outside my pallets before, but I thought I'd just store them in here, and it's actually kind of an efficient way of storing skeletons. I got this guy. You can also see here I have some spare tires laying around, and that's also going to be permanently stored in here because, you know, it'd be unfair if I had the whole shed to myself. And here are the items that I bought off Facebook. So these are quite a few gnomes. There's 6 of them. One of them's a stack of 3, and the other are 3 separate gnomes. So I'll put some photos on screen here showing off some of them. So as you can see, I have the stack of 3 gnomes. All the lights work. I had to fix the light in the upper guy, but he's working great now. And the one Canadian Tire one with the really tall hat, and the one holding the light string Now the last one there, you can see doesn't actually light up, and unfortunately that one's bulbs are burnt out. So I'll show you here. You can see, well, you can't actually see, but all the little bulbs in here are burnt. So it wasn't like a wiring issue or anything. It's like even if I got the wire, whatever, as long as it fixed, 90% of the bulbs are burnt out, so it's kind of useless. So I'll leave them without lighting up. It's fine. I'll put spotlight on the Christmas display. Here's the bottom stack gnome, top stack gnome, middle stack gnome, some Easter stuff, more Christmas stuff. These were stored outside my shed before I cleaned out this shed to use year-round for the holiday decor and all that. Some extra candy canes. There's the Christmas lights gnome. So yeah, that is the shed. That'll finish off for the video. So I think that'll be all for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for more awesome videos like this in the garage. And I hope to make more videos like this. It'd be awesome. So see you guys next time.